To help businesses reduce their impact on the environment, several environmental management systems have been developed. The one that is by far the most widely used is ISO 14001. In the language of an EMS, aspects are the activities, products, or services which can interact with the environment. For example, an aspect could be a discharge, creation of noise, or the use of timber or other materials from unsustainable sources. Some of these aspects may be minor, but some will be having a significant impact on the environment. Others will have the potential to, and it's these that should have priority. Environmental improvement is not the sole responsibility of the environmental manager. Everyone has a role to play, even if the company does not operate a recognized environmental management system. It makes good business sense to use resources efficiently and minimize waste. Before we even consider waste disposal, we should aim to prevent, reduce, reuse, and recover our wastes. Waste can often be prevented at source by redesigning processes to eliminate some waste streams, and simply not over-ordering goods that could ultimately end up in landfill. Waste can be reduced through process efficiencies. Fitting triggers to hoses, for example, will reduce water consumption. All raw materials should be kept secure from the wind, rain, and prying hands, and contained so that if there's a leak, it won't pose a safety or environmental hazard. This kind of bad housekeeping creates conditions for safety and environmental accidents, as well as damaging the environmental image of the business. And it simply creates unnecessary waste. Building materials left open to the rain or scattered in the mud become unusable. So in this case, the business has paid for materials only to pay once again for their disposal, without any benefit in between. Good planning and site management alone can significantly reduce the waste going to landfill and help to maintain legal compliance. The consumption of electricity, gas, and water can be reduced by turning them off when they're not needed. Equipment is often left switched on 24 hours a day every day of the year, without function or purpose. Security lights on throughout the day, and IT equipment and heating in unoccupied buildings throughout the night. Sometimes the solution is a matter of fitting timers and sensors, or simply switching off. In transport and distribution, we can cut our fuel usage through improved route optimization and avoiding unnecessary journeys. Improving driving techniques alone can cut fuel consumption by up to 30%. For example, we can avoid driving at needlessly high speeds. A car traveling at 70 miles per hour can use 30% more fuel than one traveling at 50 miles per hour. So let's stick to the speed limits. Anticipate the road ahead. Drive smoothly, avoid sharp acceleration and heavy and sudden braking. More than half the waste the average company produces could be recycled, but it's almost impossible to recycle anything if it's mixed or contaminated with other waste. The solution is to keep wastes segregated. Segregating waste also makes it easier to comply with legislation. For example, it's a legal requirement that all hazardous waste is kept segregated from all other types of waste, both hazardous and non-hazardous. How the waste is classified might not be obvious. For example, hazardous waste, or special waste as it's known in Scotland, includes such things as fluorescent tubes, batteries, and oily rags. So make sure you know which hazardous wastes are produced on your site and keep them segregated. We need to prevent the wastes we make and the materials we use from escaping into the environment. And we need to take steps to protect the environment if they do. Oils and chemicals in any form can become pollutants. Leaks and spills can contaminate land and groundwater, or they can find their way to a drain. And then where? And these drums are not even on a hard standing. Anything that leaks will penetrate the soil and may reach the groundwater. Drums, filling points, and tanks containing oil, chemicals, or in fact any other substance that could prove harmful should be stored within a bund. A bund is a secondary containment that surrounds tanks or a storage area. It may be several feet high or no more than a single brick, but it should be designed to safely retain all of the drum or tank contents if there's a leak. But if there's an incident such as a spill or a leak, do you know what the emergency plans are? If you have spill kits, do you know how to use them? A spill kit is designed to reduce leakage and provide a temporary containment until the spill can be properly disposed of.